And I'm sorry. I tend to be chit-chatty. Know it was a girl, or that they hoped it was a girl. Some people don't want a scallop at all, and some people just, you know, if it's a baby, it requires a scallop, period. It doesn't matter. And I'm sorry. I tend to be chit-chatty. A lot more if someone was sitting in front of me, but we're going to assume that you're sitting in front of me. And just feel the need to hear me talk. Okay, so we're doing the 3 double crochet cluster all the way back around to the beginning, and then we're going to end it with a chain 3 and turn. Oops, sorry. I'm forgetting where my lens is. Okay. Now, we're at the end. Here's a chain 3, so we're going to do a cluster in here. You always end with a cluster and begin with a chain 3. So see, there it is. And now we're going to chain 3 and go back. Now you can continue in this way to make it as long as you want. Generally, I make these to be 6 inches, but I do offer the choice. I mean, people can always just request, but I do offer, because some people have a little anxiety about requesting something, or they don't really want to message, so I try to offer I think a 5, 7, and 9 inch, just because it makes it easier. They just tell me the length they want it and the color, and then I make it and then ship it out. When I ship these, I put them in organza bags. I do not box them. I do not make them over the top packaged, because for one, that adds to the price, and 2, I feel like it's the little organza bag that they're in, and actually it's a big organza bag, is enough. It's sweet enough, and it's you know, it's such a somber time. I don't feel like, you know, these need to come with pomp and circumstance or anything. It's just a sweet little bag. Even if they're just keeping it as a keepsake, they can also use the bag later as keepsake items. Okay, or to put keepsake items in. So we're finishing here. Okay, so this is what it looks like at this stage. You see this? Oops, okay, there. Sorry about that. Okay, this is how long it is here. And let me measure it just so you get an idea. It's longer than you think. You may not feel like you've been working on it for very long, but it's longer than you think. At this stage, it is 5 inches. So usually I would do one more to make it 6, and then offer to do a scallop. So in the interest in time, we're just going to start a scallop. Okay, but you can continue around. You just continue just like this. But then when you add a scallop, I usually start, it doesn't matter if it's over here or over here, but we're here already. So I'm going to add 3 more double crochets into this, and then the next I'm going to single crochet here, and then we're going to do probably 5, but let's see what 5 look like. Sometimes my scallops are 5, sometimes they're 6. Excuse me, sometimes they're 7. It just depends on how much yarn I want to eat. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now is that going to be enough of a, no, I think it needs to be 6. It also depends on how I want the scallop to look. Sometimes I don't want it to look flat. Okay, so then we're going to, okay. Sometimes I can't use my tension ring. Okay, so now this scallop is going here. We're going to take it down and we're going to slip stitch into this spot like that. See how that did? And see how much the scallop adds. And then we're going to add, we're going to double crochet into the next space there. Yeah, for some reason today I'm feeling really tongue-tied and I don't know why. It's just one of those things. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 6. And then we're going to slip stitch into the next. Okay. And then we're going to probably do 5 or 6 into this one. Sometimes 5 double crochets make it flatter and 6 makes it a little humpy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that just depends on the look you want. Okay, so then we're going to, now I'm not going to slip stitch here, I'm going to single crochet. Am I? Yeah, I think I am. Okay, and then we're going to go here in the space. We're just going to double crochet 6 into the spaces all the way around. Now there is something to keep in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there is something to keep in mind when you do this. Okay, now we're just going to single crochet. Yeah, it will look like this, which I think is really sweet. I love the way it looks. But now, if you've gotten it long enough and it needs to be rolled down, then this is the view of your scallop, which is still nice, I think. But you know, it's just something to keep in mind. It's because you're going to have this edge here based on if it's facing you, or you're going to have this look if it's not. So if you want it to look like this all the way around, then go the other way. But if you like this edge, which I personally do, it's just a ledge, then go the way I'm going with it facing you. Okay, so we're going to do 6 in this one. And you don't have to do a scallop. It just adds such a sweet little finish, especially if you're doing a two-tone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to single crochet in the next. And then we will add a 6 into the next space. And when I say next, I mean into the spaces. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I know on YouTube you can slow it down, which makes me sound really funny. But if you don't want to do that, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just let me know and I will redo. I will do another tutorial super slow, because I know I tend to think that everybody thinks like me and, you know, just go to town. So if you need it slower, let me know and I will do another one. Or Maybe I can slow this down in voiceover. I don't know. Either way, I can do that. Just let me know in the comments. I want to be awesome if you would. Okay, sorry. I got a phone call. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was going to say it'd be great if you would subscribe or comment or like or something, just because it helps me remember to make a lot more videos. So this is how it ends. This is your scallop. And isn't she sweet? So like I said, let me know in the comments if you need any more help, and I'll be happy to make another video. Have a great day, guys.